Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thomas More Stadium here in Florence, Kentucky, as we are about to get set for Game 1 of a three-game series between the Florence Yalls and the Evansville Otters. Now, the Otters are coming off of a doubleheader loss against the Washington Wild Things. If we go over that, Game 1 was a very close one, but it didn't start off that way. It was Washington all the way. They led 7-0 in the fifth inning. And Evansville ended up scoring 2 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and they were not able to convert. J.J. Cruz flied one out to left field to end up dropping that game. And then in game number 2, it was all Washington, but it was a pitcher's duel to start off. The first 5 innings, it was scoreless, but then Washington's bats woke up in the 6th inning. They dropped a 9 spot on Evansville. Ended up winning that one 10-1. So first 2 losses of the season for the Otters. But they're looking to come back here and beat a team again that they swept in their first series of the season. Let's take a look at the batting orders. First with the home team, the Florence Yalls. It's Jackson Tucker in center field. Hank Zeisler at first base bats second. Brendan Bobo in right field batting third. Zade Richardson, the DH, batting fourth. Garrett Broussard at third, batting fifth. Keenan Taylor at second base, batting sixth. Marcus Brodell in left field, batting seventh. Zach Beadle, the catcher, batting eighth. And Dylan Baker, the 9-hitter, at short. On the other side for the Otters, it's John Ponder, Amani Jones, Dennis Pierce, Logan Brown. That top 4 has been there every single game this series and this season. Marcos Gonzalez at third base, bats fifth. Mark Black is in left field, batting sixth. Then Jordan Vyers batting seventh in right field. TJ Salvaggio at short, batting eighth. And J.J. Cruz, the designated hitter, batting ninth for the Otters, looking to see what they can do after a series loss. On the other side for the Yalls, they ended up picking up a series win here at home, their opening series against the Mississippi Mud Monsters. They won 2 of 3, including yesterday, winning 8-5. Mississippi started with 2 runs in the second inning. Florence came back, scored 3 in the second, 1 in the third, then 2 in the fifth to take a 6-2 lead. Mississippi came back, made it a 6-5 game, but then the insurance runs came in the 7th inning. They scored 2 more and ended up winning it 8-5. Aiden McAvoy getting the save, and Evan Webster getting the victory for the Yalls. Well, here at Thomas More Stadium, they're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the country that we currently are in, otherwise known as the U.S. Take a look at the Yalls defense from left to right. It's Brodell, Jackson Tucker, Bobo. Third to first, Garrett Broussard, Dylan Baker, Keenan Taylor, Hank Zeisler, and Zach Beadle doing the catching. For the starter today, Isaac Milburn. Now, Milburn has faced off against Evansville before. That was in the second game of the season on the 8th. As we take a look at the other side for the Otters, left to right, Mark Black, John Ponder, Jordan Vyers. Third to first, Marcos Gonzalez, TJ Salvaggio, Amani Jones, Dennis Pierce, and Logan Brown for the starter, which is Landon Williman. Milburn and Williman both faced off against their respective opponents earlier in their first series. It was a crazy first series in which the Otters no-hit the Yalls on opening day. Combined no-hitter between Griff Hughes, Nolan Thebe, and Junior Serta. Griff Hughes is now in the Rockies system after getting his contract purchased earlier this week. They had a walk-off in Game 2 and a walk-off in Game 3. Game 2's walk-off was in extra innings. Game 3 was after they were down 6. Ended up coming back to win that one 10-9. So far, Evansville is 3-0 against Florence. But we will not see these two teams face off for a while after this series. We've seen them twice in 2 weeks, but the next time we see them, we are still here at Thomas More Stadium on June 26th. That's the next series. And then they face off again in Evansville in late August. So this 3-game series, the first road trip of the series for the Otters. They play 3 games here, head back home, play 6 against Gateway and Windy City, and then we head to Gateway and Windy City to end the month of May. That's still a pretty long ways away, though, and we still have to get this series started here against the Yalls. Milburn against the Otters on the 8th. 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. On the other side, Landon Williman pitched 4 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, but because of an error at third, none of them ended up being earned. He walked 2, struck out 4 in that 7-6 walk-off victory. Threw 83 pitches in that game as well. Starting today's game at 7:03. It's a very interesting start times here at Thomas More Stadium. It's 7:03 Eastern time, so wherever you may be watching, whether it be in Evansville, it'll be at 6:03 Central Standard Time. 7:03 here, then it'll be 6:36 tomorrow, Saturday night, which is 5:36 Central Standard Time, and then 1:07 on Sunday. A little afternoon Sunday game. Hopefully it's not too hot here. And that is going to be 12:07 Central Standard Time. So now we got all the time zones out of the way. I think we're just about to get ready for the national anthem as we have the plate meeting between Andy McCauley and Toby Hall. The Otters wearing the road grays for the first time this season. On the other side, the Kentucky jerseys, the red ones for Red, White, and Yalls. That's the theme game that is called here at Thomas More Stadium. Our umpires for today's game, Henry Schmulwitz is behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Rudy Bosk is at first, and Jeff Osborne, the third base umpire. Otters trying to remain in first place here. They're only a half game ahead of Washington after that doubleheader loss. Florence, on the other hand, 2 games behind, so they definitely have a chance early on here to move themselves up into first if they sweep the Otters. But Evansville offense is looking pretty good. Williman was looking pretty good in his last start against Florence. The Otters trying to make it 5 wins. They were the last undefeated team, but then those 2 losses, they're not even the best team in the league record-wise anymore. That goes to the Windy City Thunderbolts and the Schaumburg Boomers, who are 4-1 and 5-2. Same record, but Windy City right now the only team with 5 wins. Both of them are tied for first in the West Division. Florence sitting at 2-4, 2-1 at home after getting swept on the road in Evansville. Thomas More Stadium seats about 4,500. Looks like it's going to be a decent crowd. It's a fireworks Friday, as well as the Red, White, and Yalls celebration. So pretty decent crowd out here on a nice Friday night. It's a beautiful night. It's a little cold, a little windy, but better than it being 100 degrees. So we got to take the winds when we can get them and enjoy the, what is it, 60, high 60, low 70 degree weather. It'll only get colder, but it won't get as cold as it was a couple weeks ago here, where it was freezing. I think it said it felt like 40 around that with all the wind. Not too much wind here today, but 2 weeks ago, man, I was becoming an ice cube up here. But that was an exhibition. This is the real thing here in Florence as we get set for the national anthem. Ready to go here from Thomas More Stadium after the anthem. Another lefty taking the mound here against the Otters. Otters pregame show and postgame show brought to you by Papa John's. Available every game night before and after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. A Frontier League network powered by Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Head to EvansvilleOtters.com to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. We got warm-up pitches for Milburn. Edward Jones leadoff batter. John Ponder coming up first here in the top of the first inning. Ponder hitting at a 360, 9 for 25, now in his 7th game of the year. It's Milburn, 12 ERA in 3 innings. Those 3 innings, as mentioned before, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Milburn from Lexington, Kentucky. Not too far away from here, but was on the Windy City Thunderbolts last season. As we see the two of the top three guys. Not too sure where Amani Jones is, but there's John Ponder and Dennis Pierce. It has been the same top four for Andy McCauley's squad every single game this season. Ponder, Jones, Pierce, Brown have always been the top four so far through now 7 games. Now John Ponder will lead it off. Ponder has a hit in every game so far this season, all 6 of them. First pitch is popped up into right field, and it'll be caught by Bobo. So quick out number 1 on 1 pitch for Ponder, and that'll bring up Amani Jones. Amani Jones also has a hit in every game this season. First pitch called a strike. Jones 1 for 4 in each of the 2 games of the doubleheader back on Wednesday. That one misses. It's 1-1. Only one multi-hit game for Amani. That was back on the 8th against Florence. Overall, he went 4 for 13 in that series. Just misses outside, and it's 2-1. Two doubles, hit a double in game 1 of the doubleheader. The other one was on the 9th against Florence. Fouled back. Got over there on the party deck. It's 2-2. Milburn looking to go 1-2-3 here. Scoreless, top of the first. 2-2's a little outside. The count runs full. 2 walks compared to 5 strikeouts for Jones so far this season. The payoff is a blooper into left center field and a base hit. So Amani Jones keeps up that hitting streak up to 7 games now. As Jones has the first hit for the Otters today. So it's Jones on first, and now it's Dennis Pierce. Dennis Pierce, the only guy on the team with multiple home runs. Both home runs came against Florence. One on opening day, one in the 3rd game of the series last Saturday. First pitch is called a strike. First hitless game was in game 2 of the doubleheader, went 0 for 3. Otherwise, 3 multi-hit games and a hit in the first 5 of the season. Check over to first. Zeisler's able to scoop up the wild throw. Jones on first is a stolen base threat. The Otters are last in stolen bases in the league this season so far. In terms of stolen bases, they have only stolen 3, and they've gotten caught twice. Which, not too fair considering one of the times they got caught was Kyle Battle's injury. But it still counts in the stat book as a caught stealing. 2-1 here against Pierce. 1 out, man on first. Otters looking to strike first early. That will hit the zone on the lower half of the zone, and it's 2-2. Otters have only scored 1 run in the first inning this season. Out of the 37 they've scored in total. 2-2. Called strike 3, and Dennis Pierce goes down looking. First strikeout of the day for Isaac Milburn, and it's a big out number 2. That'll bring up Logan Brown. Hit a big milestone today. Congrats to Logan Brown on his 500th professional game of his career. Nice to have a big round number, 500. You're sitting at 499 after the Washington series. You got to wait a couple days, but now at number 500, hopefully you can do some damage to celebrate the milestone. Runner goes, pickoff, throw to second, and they got Jones at second base. So Milburn with a good pickoff move gets Amani Jones trying to head to second base, and that is out number 3 in the top of the first inning. Oh, we head to the bottom of the first here on the Otters Media Network. Still no score. First inning brought to you by Mesker Park Zoo. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. So a 1-2-3 top of the first. Did give up the hit to Amani Jones, Milburn did, but good pickoff move, and he caught Jones trying to swipe second base. And now it's time for the bottom of the first. Landon Williman on the mound, rocking the Evansville all-gray road jerseys. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned, so still at a 0 ERA. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on the 8th against Florence. And he'll face off against Jackson Tucker, who's leading off for the second straight game. In the first series in Evansville, it was Tyler Schoenfeld that was doing a lot of the leading off. Schoenfeld's not even in the starting lineup today. First pitch is high for ball 1. Williman, 5 seasons at Bowling Green State, was a assistant coach for them this season. There's a fly ball into center field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Tucker is on with a single to lead off the bottom of the first. Good start here for Florence. Tucker, 2 multi-hit games. Already has 1 here, looking for his 3rd. That'll bring up Hank Zeisler. Otters lead the league in double plays at 21. They turn to a lot. Have a chance to do so here. Middle infield, Salvaggio and Jones have been very good up the middle. Salvaggio a little bit closer to second base than Jones is. Meanwhile, Pierce covering Tucker at first. Watch out for him if he tries to steal. Zeisler's quickly down 0-2, though, after he fouls one back to the screen. Grounder up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Went past the dive of Salvaggio, and it's back-to-back singles to start off the bottom of the first. I'll bring up Brendan Bobo, looking to bring in that first run for Florence. Bobo had 2 3-hit games in the series against Mississippi, but very much struggled in the series against the Otters. Ended up going 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. Fly ball into deep center field. Ponders going back, and that one is gone. 3-run homer for Bobo. That's his third of the season, and it's 3-0 Florence before even recording an out here in the bottom of the first. Not an ideal start here for Evansville. Finding themselves now down 3 here in the first. That's the first runs they've given up in the first inning all season. Now it's Zade Richardson. First pitch fouls it off to the right side. Over into the kid zone over there in right field. Now 2 singles and a home run. Still not an out recorded yet here for the Florence offense. They put up a lot of offense against Evansville after getting no hit in the first game of the season. Put up 6 in game 2, 9 in game 3. Another one fouled away. And it remains at 0-2. Richardson has a hit in 5 straight games, 3 multi-hit games, went 2 for 4 in 2 of the 3 games against Mississippi. Grounder over to second, snagged by Jones. He'll throw to first, and that is out number 1. Good snag out the turf for Jones, keeping that one from going into right field, but Florence so far early here in the first inning, hitting the ball hard off of Williman. First pitch, fly ball into center field. Ponder has a read on it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. I'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Taylor sort of struggling to start off the year, but hit a big 3-run homer in that game against Evansville, the 3rd game of the series. Ended up giving them an 8-3 lead, ended up being 9-3, and Evansville ended up coming back. So definitely Otters, a lot of time left, prone to comebacks here. They were down 7-0 against Washington. They almost pulled that one off. So down 3 in the first, definitely doable for them. 1-0 hits the zone, and it's 1-1. Taylor went 2 for 11 in the series against Mississippi. Drove in a run and walked twice as well. It's 2-1. Hits the zone, and it's 2-2. Taylor, that only home run 5 RBIs. 4 of those were in that game against Evansville. 3-run homer and then an RBI single. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the first strikeout of the day for Williman is out number 3 in the bottom of the first, but Brendan Bobo tees off straight dead center, and he hits a 3-run homer to make it 3-0. That's where we stand as we head to the second on the Otters Media Network. Well, it'll be Logan Brown leading off in the second inning. Second inning brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. It'll be Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, Mark Black, Isaac Milburn pitching now with a 3-0 lead. So try and get the job done on the pitching side of things. If we break down Logan Brown's full amount of games that led up to the 500, 251 in the minor leagues with the Braves organization, 29 with Mexico in the Mexican League for Almecas de Tabasco and Saraperos de Saltillo. Hopefully I said those right. 213 games before this season with Evansville. And then you add the now 7 to start the year with Evansville, and we have a perfect 500. Oh, 1 is outside. Logan Brown in those 251 games in the minor leagues hit 240. 11 homers, 116 RBIs. Reaches out, pokes one into left field, and that's down for a fair ball. Logan Brown's going to try and test the arm, try and head for 2, and he'll get there sliding. A leadoff double for Logan Brown. And the Otters trying to find a way to get some runs in retaliation here in the top of the second inning. First double of the year for Logan Brown, and that is now double number 90 in his professional career, and hit number 450. So you hit a double in your 500th game, you get a couple more zeros. It's just, as if you have OCD, that has got to be something special for you. That one misses to Marcos Gonzalez, and it's ball 1. Evansville has scored 8 runs in both the second and third innings this season. That is the most out of all innings that they've played in. They've scored a run in every inning so far this season, but just the 8 in those 2 that apparently the Otters are just very good offensively in the second and third. One and one count to Marcos. Had his best game in game 1 of the doubleheader. Went 3 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBI. There's a fly ball into right field. That will drop in. Foul. Just misses out into the corner. That's like the only part of the ballpark that is really hard to see if that landed fair or foul. There's not much space over there. But Gonzalez unfortunately found it. And it's 1 and 2. Gonzalez, another one of those guys that celebrated a recent milestone in games played. He is at 406. So opening day was his 400th professional game. That goes way over the head of Beadle. Brown will take third. That was a very wild curveball from Milburn. Immediately, Beadle didn't even really try to catch it. He turned around immediately. And still the bounce off the boards. Brown just barely made it into third. But he's now 90 feet away, and it's 2-2 here with 0 outs against Gonzalez. 2-2. Outside, and it's 3-2. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Marcos so far. In game 2 of the doubleheader, he went 0 for 3. Started off the season against Florence 0 for 7 before hitting the walk-off single in game 3 of the series. Bases loaded, snuck it through the left side. 3-2. That is high for ball 4. So the first 2 reach to start the top of the second for Evansville. Now will bring up Mark Black, who has been raking to start the season. Hitting at .474 to start off the year in 6 games. Did go 0 for 3 in game 2, but just not a lot of hitting overall from Evansville in game 2 of that doubleheader. Bit of a mound visit here between Beadle and Milburn. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Let's see if Marcos will try to take second base here. Again, not too fond of stealing are the Otters. It'll avoid the easy double play, and they need as many runs as they can get right now, down 3 early. First pitch misses to Mark Black for ball 1. Black had back-to-back 3-hit games in the first 2 games of the series against Washington. That included his first home run in game 1, drove in 3, and also his first and only double of the season. That one misses, and it's 2-0. Milburn a little wild in the past couple batters. Marcos, a 3-4 step lead off of first, getting covered over there by Zeisler. 2-0. That one is high, and it's 3-0. Walk would load the bases for Jordan Vyers. Three walks this season for Mark Black. All 3 came in that series against the Yawls. Throw back to first, and Gonzalez is back there safely. Milburn only 3 walks in his first start against Evansville. Already nearing 2 here. 3-0. That is called strike 1. Lower edge of the zone, and it's 3-1. Milburn 1.52 ERA and 35 1/3 with Windy City. Very great season out of the pen from him, but now he's a starter. That's a good breaking ball. Hits the zone, and it's 3-2. Brown on third, Gonzalez on first. Still nobody out. A 3-0 to 3-2. Payoff is high for ball 4, and he loses them. So a double and back-to-back walks have loaded the bases up for Vyers. Vyers is the beer batter today. Vyers might have to let the haters fuel him here. Don't let him get beer, Jordan. Don't let him get beer. Keep him sober, Jordan. Bases loaded, no outs. First pitch is a fly ball into center field. Tucker's under it. He makes the catch. Brown tags. Everybody tags, actually. Throw goes to third. Brown comes in to score. As Gonzalez moves to third, Mark Black moves to second base, and a sac fly for Jordan Vyers. Good base running from Mark Black to take advantage of that throw to third, taking second, getting rid of that easy double play. One out here, and runners at second and third for TJ Salvaggio. 3-1. Salvaggio leads the team in RBI with 7. Definitely a good opportunity here to extend that lead, tie the game up at 3. Take strike 1. Hitting at a .350. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in game 2 of the doubleheader. 2 for 3 in game 1. 0-1 pitch. Another curveball that flies away, and it's 1-1. Salvaggio, one of the 5 guys in the lineup with multiple multi-hit games. Went 3 for 4 on the 8th against the Yalls as he launches one foul off to the right side. Look out over there. Almost went into the parking lot. 1-2. Double, 2 walks and a sac fly have us to where we are today. 3-1. Bobo's 3-run homer in the first, still the difference. 1-2. Another one that is way outside, and it's 2-2. That curveball is really moving away into the other batter's box for Milburn. Luckily, he hasn't thrown a pitch like that outside against a lefty, or else it would be a hit by pitch. 2-2. Another one outside, and it's 3-2. Walk will load the bases back up, this time for J.J. Cruz, who's batting in the 9th spot for the first time. Got to take advantage here. 2 on in scoring position. Still only 1 out. Three-two. That is called strike 3. And Salvaggio goes down looking. Second strikeout of the day for Milburn. So that one just hit the outside edge. Both strikeouts for Milburn have gone looking, and that'll bring up J.J. Cruz. Still a chance to bring in that tying run from second. It'll be a little bit harder here with 2 outs. Otters lead the league in batting average, .317. Get a lot of hits. That one is inside. Curveball moving outside to right. He's now inside to the lefty Cruz. Top of the lineup and John Ponder on deck. Cruz in his 4th game. Had a good first game against Florence, 3 for 5. Homer drove in 3 runs. There's a fly ball into right field, but it's right at Bobo. And he'll make the catch, and that is out number 3. So the Otters get 1 back, but they leave men on second and third with 1 out. A pretty big missed opportunity for Evansville. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. 3-1 Florence on the Otters Media Network. Bottom of the second inning, the Y'alls lead it 3-1. Brennan Bobo, the 3-run homer, showing what he was doing in the exhibitions against Evansville, in which he hit 3 of them in 2 games. Hits one here with 2 on. Otters do get one back on the sac fly by Jordan Vyers. Still got some work to do, though, early in the game here. Need a good comeback inning, though, from Williman. First pitch is a swing and a miss against Brodell. Brodell rocking the hoodie under the jersey. Chopper to first. Pierce will take it himself, and that's out number 1. Personally, I am a big fan of the hoodie under the jersey. I think it looks kind of cool. I'll bring up Zach Beadle. Beadle only played 1 game in the Mississippi series, went 1 for 4, struck out 3 times. In the series against the Otters, he went 2 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. Both those hits coming on the 9th. First pitch misses for ball 1. Beadle, like Milburn and Broussard, spent their last season at Windy City. There's a fly ball into left field, and it's going to be bobbled out there and left by Mark Black. Does keep it in front of him, though, so it'll just be a single for Beadle. I'll bring up Dylan Baker. Baker batting at a .294, now in his 6th game. Has a hit in his last 4. Didn't play in the game yesterday against Mississippi, but did go 3 for 8 in his first 2 games in the series. 2 for 9 against Evansville on opening weekend. Not too big of a leadoff first for Beadle. 0-1 is grounded into the Y'alls dugout, and it's 0-2. So that's single the 4th hit of the day already for Florence. First 3 all ended up scoring. 0-2. I'll tip into the glove, and that is strike 3. The German-American bank strikeout is out number 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Back to the top of the order, Jackson Tucker led off the bottom of the 1st with a single in his first at-bat. Inside, and it's ball 1. Started with 2 singles and a home run in the 1st inning. Williman has calmed down just a bit. That one will just miss, and it's 2-0. Tucker from Staten Island, coming from St. John's, spent 4 seasons there, including last year. He hit .288. Going to be the main leadoff guy from the right side of the plate compared to Shaney Felt from the left, as he is a huge stolen base threat as well. That one hits the zone, and it's 2-1. 40 for 46 last season in stolen bases. That led St. John's. 2-1. Fouls one back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Williman trying to throw a scoreless 2nd inning. See if the bats can keep it up. Slowly pick at this lead by Florence. Two. There's a blooper into left field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Jackson Tucker now 3 games with a hit this season. All 3 are multi-hit games, as he is already 2 for 2 through 2 innings. That'll bring up Zeisler. Zeisler also singled and scored in his first at-bat. 2 on, 2 outs. Now 5 hits for Florence. Fouled back. Zeisler being called the captain of the Florence Y'all squad. 4th season. Hit .312 last season, was an all-star and all-Frontier League selection. 19 doubles, 22 homers, 80 RBI. And hit 1 homer, 5 RBIs versus Evansville, 266 at 12 and 45, but also struck out 15 times. One is going to miss low, and it's 2-1. Zeisler also last season tied the single season Grand Slam record, which is 3, which is still pretty impressive. 3 Grand Slams in a season. It's a pretty big rarity. That one's inside, and it's 3-1. Walk would load the bases for Bobo, who already has a homer today. That one was on the first pitch. 3-1. Grounder up the middle into center field for a base hit. Beadle is going to slip and fall on his way home, so he will have to head back to third. Beadle was getting the wave around, but he wasn't able to keep his footing. So 2 singles. That'll load him up here. Beadle on third with Tucker on second, Zeisler on first, and Bobo has already hit a home run in his last at-bat, and Max Peterson will try to come out here and figure out what to do here against Bobo. Some stretching going on in the bullpen for Evansville already. Bobo's home run was his 3rd, and RBI 5, 6, and 7 for him. Bit of a long discussion at the bump for Evansville. Bobo, who looked, well, not great in the first series, has already gotten off to a hot start here in the second one against the Otters. Chance to really blow things open here. First pitch is called, strike 1. Williman trying to get out of this one, give the Otters a chance to cut into the deficit. 0-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. A good start for Williman, already in a good pitcher's count here. Bobo Wall hitting .269, does have 12 strikeouts, is prone to striking out, but also when he hits it, he really hits it. 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Williman comes back to strike out Bobo with the bases loaded. His 3rd strikeout of the day, and it remains 3-1. A scoreless second inning for Williman. We head to the 3rd on the Otters Media Network. Top of the third inning. Third inning brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Williman elevated to strike out Mr. Bobo. Milburn back out there for his third inning of work. Gave up the 1 run in the last inning, but was able to strand runners at second and third with 1 out after striking out Salvaggio looking and getting J.J. Cruz to fly out to right field. Back to the top of the order, though, for the second time. It's Ponder, Jones, and Pierce. Ponder started opening day in left field after the Kyle Battle injury, moved to center and has been at center ever since. And he's playing a very good defense out there in center field, so perfect guy for the job. First pitch is outside. Beadle's doing a good job at catching all those outside pitches. He just let that one last inning get by him. He didn't even really attempt to catch it, but the other ones he's been able to reach out and grab. The 1-0. There is a base hit into left field. So both Ponder and Jones extend their hitting streaks to 7 games, as Ponder has himself a single. Good start to the top of the third for the Otters. That'll bring up Jones. Already has a single today, but ended up getting caught in a rundown between first and second after a good pickoff move from Milburn. That ended the first inning. Ponder might try to steal here. Has some speed. A lot of stolen bases at Georgia Gwinnett last season. First pitch misses for ball 1. Not too big of a lead off of first. Doesn't go there, and that one misses for ball 2. Well, Milburn hasn't been the most accurate so far, but still pitching with a 2-run lead. The 2-0 pitch. Throw back to first. The pickoff move so good it fooled me. I really thought he was going to go to the plate there. Good reflexes from Ponder, though, getting back there safely. Now the 2-0 as the runner goes, and the throw to second is not in time. That was close. But Ponder gets in there safely, and the third stolen base of the season for John Ponder. I think the throw definitely beat him. Ponder might have just avoided the tag, because it seems as though Ponder got a little bit of a late start, plus the lead that wasn't too big to start off. Great throw from Beadle, though. Didn't even really pop up, just threw it from his knees, and it was nearly perfect. Ponder on second now, and the 2-1. Will hit the zone, and it's 2-2. See if Ponder wants to steal third here. Maybe not risk it right now. Taylor moving over to second to try and cover. That one's outside, and it's 3-2. Already 2 walks, back-to-back walks on Marcos Gonzalez and Mark Black. Had 3 walks in his first start. The payoff. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Milburn. That's the first one swinging of the day, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the third. Good slider at 78. Gets him swinging. That'll bring up Dennis Pierce. Otters already left men on second and third with one out last inning. Got to get this run here. Ponder's running, throw to third, and he is out at third. Overslid, but I don't think it mattered. The throw beat him, and he gets caught stealing. So that takes away the threat of the base runner in scoring position. The bases are now empty with 2 outs as the Otters get caught stealing again. 1-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Ponder leads the team in stolen bases, but gets caught there at third. Trying to be a little bit too aggressive. Maybe trying to get 90 feet away with 1 out so a sac fly could score him. Check swing over to first. No go by Rudy Bosk. He shows the safe sign, makes it 2-1. Three-1 Y'alls here in the top of the third. Y'alls already 6 hits through their 2 innings of offense. 2-1. That one gets past Beetle. That might have allowed Ponder to get to third if he hadn't gotten caught stealing. Another great throw from Beetle on that one. They had 2 great throws, and that one finally pays off for him. 3-1. Is way outside, and that's ball 4. So 3 walks for Milburn, but also 3 strikeouts. As Pierce will take first, that'll bring up Logan Brown. Logan Brown hit a double the other way. Ended up scoring on the Jordan Vyers sac fly back in the second inning. Ripped down the line, but it's foul, and it's 0-1. Ball goes all the way to Bobo out there in right field, and there are a lot of kids waiting for his throw into the kid zone over there in right field. They all went like a pack of ants over to where Bobo was in that corner. Do they call him a pack of ants? A gaggle of ants? Throw back to first, not in time. Pierce gets back there safely. A colony of ants. That I knew that. I did a stupid. That's my fault. Called strike 2. It's 0-2 now against Logan Brown. Lefty on lefty here, 2 outs. Runner on first. Logan Brown, the technical tying run. Does have a homer already this season. And that homer was on opening day against Florence. See if he can do something here, lefty-lefty. 0-2. Has to duck out of that one, high and inside. Makes it 1-2. Logan Brown now 500 games, 450 hits, 90 doubles in his professional career. That one's also inside. Makes it 2-2. Three multi-hit games, tied for the most for the Otters this year. 2-2. Another one misses, and it's 3-2. A good at bat here from Logan Brown, 0-2 to 3-2. Milburn at risk of walking his 4th batter of the day and his 2nd in a row for the 2nd time. Pierce will run it first, and there is a blooper into the gap in left center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Pierce, who is already running, he's going to get the round from third. Here comes the throw. There's no throw, and Pierce scores. How about back-to-back doubles and two ABs? Logan Brown going the other way twice, scoring Dennis Pierce from first, and it's 3-2. Not sure Pierce scores on that one if it wasn't 3-2 with 2 outs. So everything really going into play there. If it wasn't 3-2, it'd probably be second and third, but that second run does come around to score. And now we're running back-to-back innings for Evansville. And this is what they've been doing all season. They've just been trying to fight back and successfully doing so. Marcos Gonzalez now up with the pitching mound visit between Toby Hall, Zach Beadle, and Isaac Milburn. No action, though, in the bullpen for Florence. Otters have some movement. Seems as though it's stopped a little bit, though, since that scoreless frame from Williman. See how long he goes. Tying run, though, in scoring position for Evansville here in the top of the third, as Logan Brown has done a great job hitting it the other way and just taking pitches to the opposite field, letting it travel a little bit, seeing those outside breaking balls, making sure to get some contact on it. There's a good breaking ball from Milburn. Hits the zone for strike one. Gonzalez walked in his last at-bat. The 0-1. This is high and outside for ball one. Gonzalez 4 RBIs so far. 2 of them came in game 1 of that doubleheader against Washington. Big part in almost getting that comeback. Trying to come back here from a smaller deficit than the 7 they were down in game 1 of the doubleheader. Only 3 here. See swings and misses, and it's 1-2. Two runs, 4 hits. No errors for Evansville. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Florence. Some good offense so far here through 2 2/3. 1-2. There's a high chopper, and it'll be scooped up by Baker. Zeisler drops the throw. Here comes Brown from third, and they got him at the plate. So more outs on the base paths as Zeisler drops the throw at first. It allows Marcos Gonzalez to reach, but Logan Brown gets caught trying to steal at the back door to home and gets thrown out. So more errors on the base pass for Evansville, but did get a run. Down 3-2 now as we head to the bottom of the third on the Otters Media Network. Bottom 3 here at Thomas More Stadium. Otters get a run back in the top of the third. Had a chance to get more, but caught stealing over at third by Ponder, and then the out at home to end the inning. Possibly could have given the Otters the lead, but still only down 1 here. As Williman was able to get out of a nice jam in the second inning. It was bases loaded. He struck out Bobo, who already had a homer on the day. It'll be Zade Richardson, Garrett Broussard, and Keenan Taylor, the top 3 leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Richardson grounded out to Amani Jones at second base in the 1st inning. Now leads off the 3rd as he gets straightened up by an inside breaking ball. Jones and Salvaggio all up on the outfield grass as Richardson has a base hit into center field. So the 2nd inning out of 3 with a leadoff single. Now 7 hits for Florence, and 6 of them are singles. First pitch to Broussard is called a strike. Broussard flew out to Ponder in center field in his first at-bat. Has a man on first here with nobody out. Grounder to 3rd. It's going to be foul, and it's 0-2. Broussard has a hit in his last 4 games, 4 out of his 5. Does have a home run. That was in the 2nd game of the Mississippi series. Drove in 2 runs. Had a 3-for-4 day in game 1 of the series. 0-2. High chopper to Salvaggio. He'll toss to second for 1. On to first, and not in time. Broussard beats it out. They say Pierce went off the bag, but I think Broussard would have beat it anyways. So it's a fielder's choice, and it's out number 1 as they get the lead runner. I'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Keenan Taylor was the first of 3 strikeouts for Williman. Struck out swinging. All 3 have been swinging from Williman. That one's outside, and it's 1-0. Taylor, one of the 2 All-Stars for Evansville last season. Throw back to first. Back there safely is Broussard. Broussard doesn't steal too many bags. Inside, and it's 2-0. Taylor and Williman teammates for a time last season. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Taylor had a span last season. He had 6 multi-hit games in a 7-game span between the 3rd of June and the 11th. Another big swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Hit 286 against Florence, the team he's now on. Had a 2-double game on the 28th of June last season against the Yalls. The 2-2 is going to miss low for ball 3. Taylor's only multi-hit game this season was in that 3rd game of the series against the Otters. Payoff. Runner goes, and it's fouled back and over the press box. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Do it again at 3-2. Broussard jogging back to first. See if he runs again here. Another payoff. Doesn't go. There's a drive down the line, and it's foul. Just got out in front of that one, and Broussard will have to head back to first yet again. Marcus Brodell on deck. Taylor tried not to strike out for the 2nd time today. 3 walks, now 8 Ks on the year. Another payoff. Runner goes, and it is ball 4. So the first walk issued by Williman today, as we have more action in the Otters bullpen. That'll bring up Brodell. I don't think there's anybody really warming yet for Evansville in the bullpen, but a lot more guys just out there stretching. Otters still opportunity here to turn a 22nd double play of the year. If they can get a ground ball. First pitch misses to Brodell. Last at bat for Brodell led off the second inning with a grounder to first. 1-0. Fouls one back to the screen. Brodell hitting at a 2 for 12 to start his season. Those 2 hits came in the last game of the series yesterday against Mississippi, which he also hit a homer. Drove in 2. 1-1. Bit inside, makes it 2-1. Brodell from Clearwater, Florida, played for the USF Bulls all 4 seasons of his collegiate career. Hit .330 last season for the Bulls. First professional year, he fouls one back off to the left side, and it's 2-2. That USF team finished 31-25. 12 of 13 between March 15th, April 4th, but didn't make it out of the American Conference Tournament. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout for Williman. Good out number 2 here, his 4th strikeout of the day. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Zach Beadle. So Williman now matches his strikeout total from his first start against Florence. 2 outs, though, still 2 on. 3-2 Y'alls looking to extend their lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Beadle hit a single in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. First pitch in the dirt, good scoop from Brown, and it's 1-0. Guess can't say in the dirt, you gotta say in the turf. Turf field here at Thomas More Stadium. The 1-0. High fly ball into deep left center field at the track, and Ponder makes a beautiful catch, but he drops it. 1 run will come in. Ponder saves a home run, but 2 runs will still score as he couldn't squeeze it. He almost had a great home run saving catch. He did pull it back, but he wasn't able to grasp onto it. And that brings 2 runs in, makes it 5-2. Florence. With 2 outs, both runners were going. If there was only 1 out, I think only 1 run would have scored there. Back to a 3-run lead for the Y'alls. And another 3-run deficit that the Otters are going to have to try and come back from offensively. High fly ball into foul ground. Gonzalez has space, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So RBI double from Zach Beadle, brings in 2. Almost was out number 3. Ponder couldn't hold on to it. And it's 5-2 Florence, heading to the 4th on the Otters Media Network. Top of the fourth inning, brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. John Ponder made a very great catch. Would have been catch of the year, as Ponder seems to have keep racking up, but fell out of the glove and wasn't able to grasp onto it. Did technically save a run, but still 2 runs came in, and it's 5-2. So it was a 1-run deficit. It's now back to 3 as Mark Black leads it off. It's Black, Vyers, Salvaggio. Otters down 3. Still have a lot of time left. Only the top of the 4th, but they have to string some offense together. And Mark Black, the check swing is a no-go, and he got hit on what looked like the foot area with a breaking ball, so he will take first. Yeah, good start for the Otters. Hit by pitch. Mark Black he's fine. It was a 79-mile-per-hour breaking ball that hit his foot. You know, you and me would have been fine. That'll bring up Vyers. Hit a sac fly in the second inning. Ended up scoring Logan Brown. Made it 3-1, and it was 3-2. And well, after that double from Beetle, it's now 5-2, Florence. First pitch to Vyers hits him. So a couple of breaking pitches just go awry for Milburn, and he's hit the first 2 batters of the inning. That'll bring up the tying run. Salvaggio. Another good chance offensively here for Evansville. How to take advantage of these wild pitches. First pitch from Milburn, outside for ball 1. So Milburn has yet to throw a strike in this inning. Salvaggio struck out looking in his first at-bat. Fly out to center, and a nice sliding grab in center from Jackson Tucker. As he started slow, had to move a little bit quicker, but he's able to make the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up J.J. Cruz. Still a chance to tie the game here. Seems like the Otters, though, not really able to get anything going here with runners in scoring position so far, besides the sac fly. The double from Logan Brown. Pierce was on first. He ended up scoring all the way from there. Another one inside, and it's 1-0. Ponder in the top of the order on deck. Going for the 3rd time around in the order. A 1-0. Breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Cruz flew out to Bobo in right field in his first at-bat. Didn't realize this till now. It's Brendan Bobo's birthday, so happy birthday to Bobo. He gave himself a good present with the home run in the first. 1-1. Another breaking ball, and it looks like it might have froze Cruz. It looked like he was planning on swinging, didn't end up doing so, and he's down 1-2. Two on, 1 out, the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 4 strikeouts now for Milburn. And after the first 2 reached, now there's 2 outs. So far, the Otters haven't been able to get the real timely hit. Logan Brown double, pretty much the only thing they've gotten so far. Ponder, though, did get a hit in his last at-bat. Stole second, but got caught stealing trying to go for third. First pitch is outside for ball one. Ponder also has a fly out to right field. This is his third at-bat as Milburn goes through the lineup for the third time. 1-0. Outside, Beadle fakes the back pick over to first, and both runners go back with some speed to their respective bases. Pretty clean, even shift for the defense. It's Taylor over near second base, trying to cover Mark Black. And it's 3-0. And Toby Hall will come out to have a mound visit with Milburn, who, even though he's only given up the 2 runs, has been very wild. And Toby Hall shoos everyone back to their respective positions, even the catcher Beadle. And it's just going to be a one-on-one between him and Milburn. Everybody was heading in, and Hall shoot him away like some flies. Bit of a quick one before Hall heads back to the dugout. Well, we'll see if the one-on-one between Hall and Milburn will get him out of this inning here. 3-0 to Ponder. See if Ponder takes here 3-0. Seen a couple instances where the Otters have swung 3-0. He won't, and that is a 4-pitch walk. Well, 4th walk of the day for Milburn, and a big spot here for Amani Jones. Has a single, has a strikeout. Seems as though we're in do-or-die territory, even though it's only the 4th inning. Guys keep getting runners on, but can't bring them in. 3 free passes in this inning. Got to take advantage. First pitch hits the zone for strike 1. Jones has only 2 RBIs on the year, and now does have a hit in all 7 games. A little low. Mark Black is at third with Byers at second. Ponder on first. Anything into the gap or down the line, Ponder could easily try and score that tying run. Does have some speed. Black and Byers both got hit by pitches. 1-1. High chopper to third, throw on to first, and it is caught there at first by Zeisler. So that will do it for the 4th inning. The Otters yet again failed to bring a run across with runners in scoring position. And we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Yalls have a 5-2 lead on the Otters Media Network. Oh, Florence had kids run across the field. They're still trying to file them back into the stadium. Apparently they have an extended between inning time here to start the bottom of the fourth. Williman has now given up 5 runs. All of them earned 8 hits. Back out there, though, for the fourth. He'll face off against the top 3 in the order, Tucker, Zeisler, and Bobo, going through the order for the 3rd time today. As we are still waiting for kids to get out of the field of play. You know, usually you have kids run the bases after the game. No, they just have them do it mid-4. Get it out of the way early. I kind of respect it, but did extend the break by a while, and Williman's still just kind of standing there hoping that he could throw a pitch at some point. Everyone's off. We're ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tucker's 2 for 2. So is Zeisler, who's on deck. First pitch is a little high for ball 1. .8:24 Eastern Standard Time here in Florence. Grounder to third. Gonzalez snags it. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. And Jackson Tucker is out for the first time today, 2 for 3. That'll bring up Zeisler. Zeisler also singled twice. Singled in the first, scored on the Bobo homer. Would be nice to have the bases empty for Bobo just in case he wants to hit another birthday bomb. Called a strike. Zeisler's down 0-1. He'll take his hitter's timeout. Zeisler last season in college was at Mizzou with the Tigers. He swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Already took his timeout, so he had to kind of spring back to the box to avoid striking out on a clock violation. That one's outside, and it's 1-2. Zeisler re-signed actually pretty late into the season, or pretty late into the off season, just 3 weeks ago. Inside, and it's called a ball. 2-2. Both guys working pretty fast here. 2-2 is fouled away. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Doesn't hit the same when you're on the road. It just doesn't. Still choose the best and never regret it, but it just doesn't hit the same. Williman shaking off 3 pitches, and the 2-2 is fouled back to the screen. Zeisler, Bobo, Brodell, the only lefties in the lineup. The Otters have a plethora of lefties on their roster. They have 3 in the lineup now, but 4 on the bench. The only bench players are lefties. Wilbanks, Forte, Philman, and the newcomer Robertson. 2-2. Grounder down the first base line, foul. Blake Robertson, the new addition, got traded here from the Cleburne Railroaders. Seems as though the Otters make a lot of trades with Cleburne, but he will join. He is here on the road with the guys. Not getting that first start, though, because the lefty starter. Might see him off the bench, though. 2-2, yet again. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Williman, and that is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up the newest 24-year-old, Brendan Bobo. First pitch to Bobo is inside, almost hits him, and it's 1-0. Well, Bobo's dad, Elgin, he played 3 seasons in the Angels organization, but a little bit funny about Elgin, he was drafted in the 38th round, that exact round 3 times. Drafted out of high school, 38th round in 1987 by the Rangers, then the next season out of Cabrillo College, 1988 from the Astros, and then 1990 out of Sonoma State by the Angels, all in the 38th round, and all by AL West teams. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. At least Elgin is consistent. You can't knock that. Great consistency. 1-2. Grounder to second. Jones has it. He'll toss on to first. And that's the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for Williman as he gets through the 4th without allowing a base runner. We head to the 5th inning. Otters still have some work to do. It's 5-2 Florence on the Otters Media Network. Fifth inning brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. Milburn back out there for the 5th. Dennis Pierce leads off. Pierce Brown and Marcos Gonzalez, the top 3. Fouled back on the first pitch. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. I think that's going to roll off of the press box. It hopped up there a couple times. Milburn has been very wild in his start. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, but the Otters just haven't been able to really convert. 0-1. That'll hit the zone, and it's 0-2. Pierce has a strikeout looking and a walk. Ended up scoring the second run for the Otters. Oh, 2. Gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Look out, concourse. Remains 0-2. Logan Brown on deck. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Scored after the first one. Drove in a run during the second one. Only other guy with 2 doubles in a game this season, Dennis Pierce. That one's outside, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch. That one low and away. Makes it 2-2. Dennis Pierce, John Ponder, Marcos Gonzalez, Mark Black all have walked in this one. Mark Black has a walk and a hit by pitch. And Vyers has a hit by pitch as well. 2-2. Gets another piece of it. A long at bat here for Pierce as that hit something up here. And it's going to remain at 2-2. Looked like it might have dented something. That's what it sounded like. Another 2-2 from Milburn. Inside, and it's 3-2. So a very nice at-bat here to start off the fifth. Still nobody warming for Florence. Oh, I stand corrected. I just didn't see him. It's hard to see the bullpens from here. Payoff pitch is low for ball 4, and a great at-bat from Dennis Pierce as he takes his second walk of the day, fifth walk for Milburn. And another opportunity here for Evansville to try and put some runs across. This is the fourth inning out of 5. The leadoff man is reached for the Otters. Showing bunt, back pick to first. Good scoop over there by Zeisler, but Pierce is back there safely. So Logan Brown showing bunt, putting Broussard and Zeisler, the corner infielders, on alert. Throw back to first, and Pierce is back there safely. Pierce not too much of a stolen base threat, so not sure why they're so scared of him over at first. Did score from first on the double from Logan Brown. Maybe that's why. Another throwback, and not there. That's 2 disengagements, so one more. And if Pierce is safe, he's heading to second with a balk. Risky play. And Pierce does go. Throw to second. And he is out. Another out on the base paths for the Otters. And another runner squandered here for Florence. 2-0. That is down the line, all the way to the wall, and Logan Brown might have himself a third double that gets stuck in the wall. Logan Brown's still going. He's still going. He's rounding third. No one's doing anything. Logan Brown might have an inside the park home run. Umpires are going to go check over, and they will call it a double. So 3 doubles for Logan Brown in 3 at-bats. He's having himself a day. Smart from him to run all the way, just in case they weren't going to call that a ground rule double, but they do. And he's on second now for Marcos Gonzalez. That one misses for ball 1. This is the 10th player to reach scoring position for the Otters. Only 2 of them have managed to score. That one's fouled away. Look out, party deck again. 1-1. Otters just haven't been able to get anything going so far. Not sure Andy McCauley will let anybody else steal the rest of the series after what we've seen so far. Over to short. Baker, throw to first is in time, and that's out number 2. I'll bring up Mark Black. Mark Black has reached twice. A walk and a hit by pitch. First pitch outside for ball 1. 5 walks, 2 hit by pitches. Only one of them have managed to score. So the Otters have not been able to take advantage of the free passes, at least so far. 1-0 is called a strike. That high and outside corner. Absolutely, he painted that. Wow, right on the corner. At 86 fastball. Doesn't throw the hardest, but this does have some good movement on the breaking stuff. 1-1 outside, and it's 2-1. Mark Black, 4 RBIs. Otters trying to come back from down 3. They're down 3 already in the first. Made it a 1-run game, but then y'all's immediately got those 2 runs back. 2-1. Inside, makes it 3-1. It's Vyers on deck. He also has not registered an at-bat. The 3-1 is high for ball 4. So that is walk number 6 for Milburn. And that'll put runners on first and second for Vyers. Vyers sack fly and a hit by pitch. 0 for 0 with an RBI. I'd guess somebody here to get a big hit. Could be Vyers. Definitely possible. Anybody here could get the big hit that the Otters need to finally get something going. 1-0. Bases were loaded with 2 outs last inning. The kids are chanting, "We want beer." Do they know? Do they know you got to be a certain age to drink beer? No, they're still chanting. 1-1. That is skied on the infield, left side. Baker calling everybody off, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Another missed opportunity for Evansville. Caught stealing and leaving 2-1 yet again. It is now heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-2 Florence on the Otters Media Network. Halfway home here at Thomas More Stadium. The Otters are down 5-2. Landon Williman's back out there looking to go for a 5th inning of work. See how much of a leash he gets, but he'll face off against Zade Richardson, Garrett Broussard, and Keenan Taylor. Did throw his first 1-2-3 inning of the day in the 4th. Let's see if he can keep it up here in the 5th inning, maybe save the bullpen a little bit, even though pretty much every guy's ready to go after the off day yesterday. Otters just haven't been able to take advantage of runners on base, runners in scoring position so far today. They have 2 runs. They've taken 6 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 8 free passes, only 5 hits, and those 2 runs that have come in. One of those came on a walk, but another one came on the Logan Brown double. Those were the 2 runners in scoring position that scored on the Logan Brown double. He's got 3 of them today, by the way, which is the new season high for Evansville. First pitch called a strike to Zade. Richardson 1 for 2. That one misses low and away. Ground out to second in the first, singled in the third. Was the first out after the fielder's choice by Broussard. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Oh, Williman has surpassed his strikeout total from his first start, but he's also given up more runs. The 1-2. Good scoop from Brown. That one's in the dirt. Richardson now has a hit in 6 straight games after his single in the third. Check swing back to Williman. He will toss to first, and that's out number 1. It was a very interesting swing from Richardson. Garrett Broussard now up with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. If you're just joining us, hello. My name is Evan Patoka. We're here at Thomas More Stadium. It's the 3-run homer by Brendan Bobo who, in the first. Gave the Yalls a 3-0 lead. Otters got 2 back, and then the Yalls got 2 back and brought their lead back to 3 again, and that's where we stand now. The Zach Beadle double putting those 2 runs across in the third. Good pitcher's count already for Williman. It's 0-2. Here with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Check swing, he went around. And that is strike 3. So the 6th strikeout of the day for Williman is out number 2. That'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Keenan Taylor has a strikeout in the first, walked in the third, scored one of those 2 runs on the Beadle double. And he gets hit with the first pitch he sees right on the back. That's 91 straight to the back. So the hit by pitch will allow Keenan Taylor to head the first. Only the 2nd free pass given up by Williman. Walked Taylor and hit him with a pitch. That'll bring up Marcus Brodell. Fouls one back. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 0-1. By the way, 6 German-American bank strikeouts while we're on the topic. 0-1 is low for ball 1. Brodell 0 for 2, grounder to first, strikeout swinging. 1-1 is a little low in the turf, and it's 2-1. This is Brodell's first start in the 7 spot of the lineup for Florence. He fouls one off yet again, 2-2. Has made all of his starts, though, all 5 of them, in left field. Didn't play that middle game of the Mississippi Series. Runner will go. Grounder over to second base. Jones will toss to first. And that is out number 3. So Willem in a good couple of innings. As we head to the top of the 6th, Florence still with a 5-2 lead on the Otters Media Network. Pitching change here in the top of the 6th inning. Pitching change is brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. The pitcher-catcher battery now being Eddie Cafton and Zach Beadle. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or give them a call at 812-475-9000. Speaking of 9s, 9 ERA for Cafton. Only in 2 innings, though, so short sample size. Cafton threw an inning, gave up 2 runs, including a home run on opening day against the Otters. That home run was against Logan Brown, who already has 3 doubles today. And he threw an inning in the first game of the series against Mississippi, in which he gave up a hit, walked a batter, but didn't give up a run. And he'll try to do that same thing here against TJ Salvaggio, JJ Cruz, and then the top of the lineup and John Ponder. Otters have yet to put really anything together here. Gather a couple hits with runners on, and it has cost them so far, but still only the top of the 6th. 6th inning brought to you by United Fidelity Bank. The experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Salvaggio. Over 2 is Salvaggio. The bottom 3 in the order are a combined 0 for 5. Jordan Vyers, the sac fly and the hit by pitch, the only bit of offense we've seen from them. That one misses high, and it's 2-0. From Cafton is low for ball 3. So it might be another free pass here for Florence. And we've seen the Otters not really be able to take care of business after the free passes. Just looking to see here if it's a little different in the 6th. 3-0 is outside for ball 4. So that is walk number 7 allowed by Y'all's pitching. Leadoff man is on for the 5th time in 6 innings for Evansville. That'll bring up J.J. Cruz. This ties their most walks in a game, the Otters, on the offensive side. Defensive side, on the pitching side at least, the most walks they've allowed is 7 as well. Only 1, though, from Williman. Inside, good scoop from Beadle, and it's 1-1. J.J. Cruz 0 for 2, fly out to right and a strikeout. I'm sure we're not going to see too many stolen bases after the mishap. There's a fly ball into center field, and it will stay in the yard as Jackson Tucker makes the catch. Salvaggio will head back to first, and that's out number 1. Top of the order, John Ponder. Giving Ponder the call me maybe treatment for the walk-up. Ponder 1 for 2. First pitch hits the zone for strike 1. So Captain was with Joliet last season, only pitched 1 game. That was on the 30th of August against Lake Erie. 4 2/3, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. That was the second to last game of the season for Florence, so that's why he only pitched in 1. Had a very good season at Mitchell in 2025. 2.33 ERA and 77 1/3. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Captain actually was at Mitchell for his first 3 seasons, transferred out to the Catholic University of America for 2024, and then came back to Mitchell for 2025. The 0-2. Beadle tried a back pick to first. He couldn't hold on to the ball, though. 1-2 to Ponder. One-two is called strike 3 on the outside edge. That's the first strikeout of the day for Captain, out number 2 in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Amani Jones, now batting from the left side against the righty Captain. Captain from Old Lyme, Connecticut. Swing got a piece of Beadle. And Beadle is on the ground in pain. Looks like he's limping on that right leg. Wonder if that was the swing or the foul ball that got a piece of him. Looks like he'll be okay. Might need to rub some turf on it. Seems to be okay. See what happened here. Looked like the foul ball got up and caught him where he doesn't have padding on the inner thigh area. So that might have been maybe up near the knee is why he was limping. Yeah, being a catcher is a hard job, man. It's a hard job. Someone's got to do it, though. 0-1 is called strike 2. Now Captain looking to get out of this inning unscathed after the leadoff walk. See who's first out of the pen for Evansville if Williman doesn't come back out there. There's a high fastball, and it's strike one. Or sorry, ball one. Salvaggio still on first. 1-2. There's a fly ball into deep right field, and that one is gone! First homer of the year for Amani Jones. And the Otters cut the deficit to 1. It's 5-4. There's the big hit that Evansville has been looking for. Haven't scored since the third. Amani Jones sends that one into their own dugout, or sorry, their own bullpen. All of a sudden, it's back to a one-run game, 5-4. Amani Jones taking advantage. Base is empty again here for Pierce. That one's outside, and it's 1-0. You know, we've seen the guys show fight. It's only a matter of time. Low 1-0. High chopper to third. It'll be Broussard's throw to first is in time for out number 3. But Amani Jones sends one out of the yard, makes it a one-run game. It is 5-4, Florence, as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the Otters Media Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Thomas More Stadium. The Otters have cut the deficit back to 1. They scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third to cut it to 1, make it 3-2. Florence retaliated with 2 runs of their own. It's Williman back out there trying to stop them from doing it again after just getting the 1-run deficit back after the 2-run homer from Amani Jones. 5-4 the score now in the bottom of the 6th, and Zach Beadle will lead off for Florence. Wonder how much of a leash that Williman will get here. Maybe face the 3 righties, and once we get to the lefties in the order, and Zeisler and Bobo put a lefty in. We need to be a 1-2-3, though, for Williman. Any base runner, they might take him out. Already 0-2 against Beadle. Trying to see if I can see who's up in the pen. It's very far away. Looks like David Eckes. So that might be the plan for the Otters. That one goes way high off of the turf. 1-2. Well, David Eckes had a great last outing. 2 perfect innings against a good Washington offense. There's a base hit into right field, opposite way for Beadle. That's his 3rd hit of the day. He's 3 for 3. That'll bring up Dylan Baker. So Beadle has been able to really take care of Williman so far in this game. 2 singles and a double, drove in 2 runs. First pitch, a high fly ball to center field. In the yard, Ponder will make the catch, and that's out number 1. A good response from Williman after the single, just a 1 pitch, 1 out. Top of the order, Tucker. Might be the last batter that Williman faces. Fly ball will veer off to the right side. Watch out, concourse. As the kids go flying to try and get that ball. This is the second time this season that a Otters starter has gone to the 6th. The first time was on opening day where Griff Hughes pitched 6, hitless against these very Yalls. Fly ball into foul ground. It will get out of play, and it's 0-2. Tucker 2 for 3, 2 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, then grounded out to third to start the 4th. 4th time facing Williman. 0-2. There's a fly ball hanging into left field, and Mark Black gets there to make the catch for out number 2. Hung a little bit too far into the air. See if they make the switch. Max Peterson over up on that top step. And he will come out to make the switch. So that's the day done for Landon Williman. Is responsible for the man on first. But so far, 5 2/3, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Williman. And through the 4th and the 5th, he's done a good job of keeping the Otters in this one. This score holds. He will get the loss, but did keep this game as close as it is because of his 4th and 5th innings. And now it's up to David Eckes to try and hold the storm here and get the Otters back up, only down 1 in the 7th. We'll be right back on the Otters Media Network. So it's the lefty Eckes to try and get the lefty Zeisler out to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Probably we'll see Eckes in the 7th if things go to plan here for Evansville. First pitch will hit Zeisler. So definitely not going as planned so far. First pitch looked like it just skimmed the jersey of Zeisler, as moving to second is Beadle. That'll bring up Brendan Bobo. Hit that 3-run homer in the first, but since then struck out swinging, grounded out to second. First pitch misses for ball one. Crazy shift here for Evansville. You can see Amani Jones is basically in shallow right field. Salvaggio at short is pretty much over the second base bag. That one misses, and it's 2-0. Otters trying to keep this a one-run game. Just brought it back to one. Don't want to give it back up again. 2-0 is outside for ball three. Walk would load the bases for Zade Richardson. The first righty that Eckes will see in his outing today. And that will miss for ball four. So the first lefties that Eckes faces results in a hit by pitch and a walk. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Zade. Only the second walk allowed by Otters pitching. Big spot here for Florence, but be a big out number 3 here if Eckes is able to get it. Runner on third now, the responsibility of Williman. He pitches outside, and Logan Brown is going to have a chat with Eckes. Probably just to calm him down. Logan Brown, a veteran in the game, 500th professional game. So he knows all about situations like this and how to deal with them. Eckes has had a bit of an off and on sort of start to the season. Scoreless inning against Florence on the 8th, but then on the 9th, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 earned runs. And then got the win against Washington in game 1 of the series through 2 hitless innings. 1-0 is called, strike one. So a good comeback pitch for Eckes. Broussard is on deck. Richardson 1 for 3. The 1-1. There's a fly ball into right field. Vyers is got a read on it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So Eckes gets out of it unscathed. Good job from Eckes out of the bullpen. He'll get a nice good handshake from Williman for not allowing that run to come in to score. Still a 1-run game as we head to the 7th inning on the Otters Media Network. Seventh inning time. 7th inning brought to you by Jacobs Pub. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on North Main. It's at Jacobs Pub on 607 North Main Street in Evansville, Indiana. New pitcher into the game is Ahmad Harajli. The Otters hit Harajli well in his first outing of the season. Went a third of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer on the 9th, and then threw a third of an inning. In the second game of 3 against Mississippi, gave up a hit and an earned run there as well. He'll face off against Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, Mark Black. Logan Brown, 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. The Otters were hitting Harajli well to start. See if it keeps happening here. Only down 1. Logan Brown to lead things off. One of the 2 guys in the lineup with no batting gloves, which quite the rarity nowadays. Him and Amani Jones. Jones has a homer already today. That is fouled back, and it's 0-1. Harajli's first professional season. Spent 3 years at Michigan, 2 at Miami of Ohio. That one's fouled back. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. It's 0-2. So you wonder if we're going to see Eckes next inning. I don't see anybody warming for Evansville, and I just lied. There's somebody warming. Telling you, it's hard to see. Logan Brown strikes out swinging, and that's out number 1 for Harajli. His first strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. Just need the 1 run to tie. First pitch. Fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. Gonzalez is 0 for 2. Walked in the second, reached on an error in the third, and grounded out to short in the 5th. 0-1. That's a grounder into right field and a base hit. Well, first hit of the day for Marcos. Extends his hitting streak. Short, but still extended. And it is a runner on first with 1 out for Mark Black. Fourth hit given up this season by Harajli. Mark Black has still yet to produce an AB officially. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. So he has reached in all 3 of his at-bats, but just has not really swung the bat too much. Or I guess hasn't really needed to swing the bat too much. 0-1. Swung on and missed. He's quickly down 0-2. Vyers on deck. Made a bit of an awkward catch to get Eckes out of the jam. It was a little scary at first, but he did end up making the catch. Kept it at a 1-run game. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. So 2 strikeouts this inning for Harajli, and now 2 outs in the top of the 7th. That will bring up Vyers. Man on first, 2 outs. Still 5-4 Y'alls here in game 1 of the series. There's a blooper into center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Gonzalez was pausing at second, but he'll get into third. And runners are at the corners with 2 outs after the single by Vyers. See if they can take advantage here. They've kind of struggled with doing that so far today. I've put up the 4 runs, but haven't done the best with runners in scoring position. Salvaggio does lead the team in RBI with 7. Would be the perfect opportunity to extend that lead, possibly get homer number 1. That's a foul ball off to the right side. Oh for 2 for Salvaggio. Struck out looking in the second, flew out to center in the 4th, walked in the 6th. There's that flock of kids looking to get that foul ball from the first baseman, Zeisler, who ran all the way out to pretty much the corner to grab it. Now has to come back to cover Vyers at first. The 0-1. Great scoop by Beadle. Wow. That basically saved the tying run from coming in. That was a great save by Beadle, saving a run from coming home from third. That is a ball. Makes it 1-1 against Salvaggio. Here's the pitch. That is a major foul ball. That one's heading to the parking lot. Someone's car just got a lot more expensive. Makes it 1-2. Otters trying to tie things up here in the 7th. Go ahead, run it first in Vyers. One, 2. Another great block from Beadle. Beadle is basically keeping the Y'alls in this game with the 1-run lead. Either of those get by him, Gonzalez will easily score from third, and he's able to block both of them. Makes it 2-2. 9-hitter J.J. Cruz on deck. Vyers' single was the first hit from the bottom 3 today. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Harajli strikes out the side, gets out of the jam. The Otters can't convert yet again, as it is time to stretch at Thomas More Stadium. 5-4. Otters still down by 1 here on the Otters Media Network. Pitching change here for the Otters. Eckes is out of the game. Pitching change brought to you by The Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at The Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or give them a call at 812-475-9000. Andrew Garcia is the new pitcher into the game. Garcia is yet to allow an earned run. Only 2 innings, 2 outings, but both outings were against Florence. Didn't allow a run, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 2 on the 8th, and then struck out the side in the 9th and ended up getting the win on the 9th against Florence. He'll face off against Broussard, Taylor, and Brodell to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Otters have had another opportunity squandered on the offensive side. First pitch misses for ball 1. Broussard is 0 for 3. Fly out to center. Reached on a fielder's choice, ended up scoring, then struck out swinging. The 6th of 6 strikeouts for Williman in his start. Still in line for the loss if this score holds. Duo. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Garcia's spent the last 4 seasons in the Pioneer League. Great Falls 2 years, then Missoula, and then Yuba Sutter last season. Fly ball into right center. Fires will call off Ponder and make the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Keenan Taylor. Keenan Taylor took 91 to the back in his last at-bat, but also has a walk and a strikeout. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Breaking ball misses high, makes it 1-1. Garcia out of Lancaster, a 27-year-old. So a little bit on the older side in comparison to the rest of the guys on the roster. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. 6.12 ERA and 42 2/3 last year for Yuba Sutter, but Pioneer League is insanely hitter-friendly, so you got to take that with a little grain of salt. Fouled back to the screen. Yuba Sutter ended up finishing 50-46. They're now called the Freebirds, by the way. They ended up rebranding. They scored 20-plus in 3 separate games in one series against Colorado Springs. So if that doesn't tell you that the Pioneer League isn't real, I don't know what will. They also beat Idaho Falls 23-18 on July 6th. They beat Grand Junction 31-4. Scored 20-plus in 4 of the 6 games in that series. Fly ball to center. Ponders under it. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Yeah, so if you look at the Pioneer League, a lot of weird scores. You know what also has weird scores? The Pecos League. Now that, if you just spend like a good hour of your time taking a deep dive into the Pecos League last season and all their scores, it is wild. They're regularly scoring 20-plus in that league. 2 flyouts for the first 2 outs, and Marcus Brodell takes an outside ball 1. Oh no, swung on and missed. One misses. In 2024, 9.37 ERA in 40 1/3 with Missoula. Best season was in 2023, 5.53 ERA. Is pitching better here, at least to start the season. 3-1 though to Brodell. Garcia kicks and deals. That is ball 4. And the first base runner to reach this inning is a walk to Brodell. 3rd walk issued by Otters pitching. That'll bring up Zach Beadle, who is on a scorcher so far today. 3 for 3. 2 singles and a double that drove in 2 runs. So if it weren't for that double, Otters would be up by 1 right now. But still having to come back. They have 6 outs to do so. First pitch, it'll miss high for ball 1. First 3-hit game of the season for Beetle. This is only his 4th game. He's missed a decent amount. Missed 2 games in the Mississippi series, 1 in the first Evansville series. Splitting time with Sergio Gutierrez, but really making it known that he wants that starting spot. After getting the first 2 outs, though, Garcia has been a little bit wild now. 2-0 after the walk. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. Good breaking ball that hits the zone. Otters looking to keep this a 1-run game, possibly try and take advantage in the top of the 8th. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Spin rate at exactly 2,000. That's quite nice. 93 as well. Garcia can really sling it. Brodell on first, 2 outs, 5-4 Yalls. Otters slowly trying to come back here. Throw back a very short lob over to first. Brodell's back there safely. Not too much of a stolen base threat over at first. 2-2. Outside, and the count runs full. That means Brodell, even though he's not a stolen base threat, he's going to go here. Dylan Baker on deck in the 9 spot before we see the top of the lineup yet again. The payoff. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Garcia with another scoreless frame. Still perfect through 3 innings as we head to the top of the 8th. Otters still find themselves down 1, looking to try and come back here on the Otters Media Network. Oh, we've yet to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Trois Rivières up on Joliet in the 6th, 4-1. Gateway is losing by 6 to Windy City. Windy City's looking really good this season to start. Washington is up on Schaumburg 6-0 in the 9th, so they shut down a very good offense in the Boomers. If they win and the Otters lose, they take control of first place in the division. Lake Erie's up on Mississippi 5-3, but the Mud Monsters have the bases loaded in the 8th. Boulders are up on Sussex County 4-3 in the 7th. Titans are up 5-1 on Brockton in the 7th. Quebec is up on Tri-City 4-3 in the 9th, and the only game that's finished down east ends up beating New Jersey at home 7-2. Harajli is back out there for another inning. He'll face off against Cruz to start. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 94 on that one. If you see Harajli, it looks like he throws so effortlessly, but he just throws it so fast. Right down the middle, and it's 1-1. Cruz 0 for 3 so far, 2 flyouts and a strikeout in the 4th. Top of the lineup on deck and Ponder. That misses high, and it's 2-1. 7 walks, 2 hit by pitches. 9 free passes, yet only 4 runs have come around, as well as 8 hits. That's ripped foul down the left field line, makes it 2-2. Sorry, 1-2. Rajli has his sign, kicks and deals. In the dirt. Umpire showing 3-2. So the payoff pitch. That is into center field and a base hit for J.J. Cruz. Good way to start off the first. Sorry, the eighth, the first batter of the eighth. Words. That'll bring up Ponder. JJ now has a hit in 3 of his 4 games this season. Ponder has a hit in all 7. Looking to get something to break through here for the Otters. First pitch, a little bit high. Makes it 1-0. Now sitting at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's what happens when the game starts at 7:03. It gets late quick. 1-0. Chopper to short. No play at second, throw to first, and they barely get Ponder at first. But a ground out advances Cruz to second base. That'll bring up Amani Jones. He already has a homer today. Now a chance to drive a tying run in for the Otters with another runner in scoring position for Evansville. First pitch, a little high at 91, and it's 1-0. So Jones' first home run drove in 2, now has 4 RBI on the season. With Cruz at second, and 1 out. That is into left field, a base hit. Late start at second for Cruz, but he advances to third. And back-to-back at-bats with a single for Amani Jones. It's first and third with 1 out. Tying run is 90 feet away, and we'll see Toby Hall might possibly make the change here. And it looks like he will. So Harajli will get taken out here to 2 runners on the corners. Both of them the responsibility of him. New pitcher will come in here. Otters trying to tie things up. Maybe take the lead with Jones on first on the Otters Media Network. New pitcher into the game is Chase Hopewell. Hopewell currently struggling to start off this season. Pitched on the 9th against Evansville, gave up the walk-off. Third of an inning, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks. And then yesterday against Mississippi, 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs. No walks, 2 strikeouts, gave up 2 homers. And he's coming into a high leverage situation. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Dennis Pierce. Here's the first pitch. That one will get past Beadle, and the tying run will come in to score. So the first pitch Hopewell throws, gets past Beadle, and we're tied up at 5. As Amani Jones now the go-ahead run, he heads into scoring position. We're all knotted up yet again. One 1-0 pitch. That hits the zone, and it's 1-1. So that tying run comes in. We're all knotted up at 5, and it's just a battle of the bullpens now. Possibly Otters trying to get that 6th run aboard. Got to do it, definitely Dennis Pierce. 1-1. Backs him up a little bit on an inside breaking ball, and it's 2-1. So that run will be charged to Harajli. Runner at second, still the responsibility of Harajli as well. Hopewell trying to not have both inherited runners score here. 2-1. Fouls one back to the screen, makes it 2-2. Otters have finally clawed back and tied this game up on the means of offense, but the wild pitch. The 2-2. Got a piece of another breaking ball, fouls it back. Pierce has 2 home runs already this season, 5 RBI. 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Due for that first hit. Another 2-2. There's a high fly ball into right field. Bobo is calling, and he will make the catch. No advance from Jones at second. And that's out number 2. That'll bring up Logan Brown, 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. Now is a chance to bring in the go-ahead run. Would be a nice little storybook if he did in his 500th career professional game, but he will get intentionally walked for Marcos Gonzalez. So the Yalls decided to walk the lefty to try and face another righty here in Gonzalez. Well, Gonzalez did get a hit in his last at-bat. Otters tied things up at 5. First pitch from Hopewell. In the dirt. Beadle's able to block that one, and it's 1-0. Little inside, little high, 2-0. Walk would load the bases for Mark Black. Gonzalez 1 for 3 on the day. Has reached 3 times, though. Big lead off a second for Jones, 2-0. He'll step off. One disengagement. Taylor was making some noise over at second base, trying to make sure Hopewell knew that Jones had a little bit of a lead. Didn't end up throwing back, though. Now the 2-0. Grounder over to third. Throw to second is in time for out number 3. But the Otters do tie the game up at 5. After the wild pitch scores J.J. Cruz from third, so we're all knotted up. Andrew Garcia will come back out there to try and keep it tied in the 8th on the Otters Media Network. Bottom 8 here in a tie ball game. They're doing the YMCA here at Thomas More Stadium. 8th inning brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember who can help with all your pest control needs. McMahon indeed can. Andrew Garcia threw a scoreless bottom of the 7th, and will look to do the same thing here in the 8th. Face off against Dylan Baker, Jackson Tucker, Hank Zeisler, the top 3. And have to try and get through that bulk of the order. Zeisler, Bobo, Richardson. Dylan Baker 0 for 3 so far today. That one gets past Brown, and it's 1-0. So this will be the first time that Garcia goes more than an inning so far this season. 1-0 is fouled way away. Over to the kid zone. Look out over there. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. I feel as though one time I should learn how to say it in Spanish and then just throw everyone off. Blooper into left field. Mark Black comes in, and he makes the running grab for out number 1. Hung in the air a little bit too much. And that is the first out of the bottom of the 8th. These two teams have already played an extra inning game this season. Otters ended up winning that one. Top of the lineup, though, Jackson Tucker. 2 for 4, hit 2 singles to start in the first and the second, but since then has grounded out to third and flown out to left. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. So 3 in the first, 2 in the third. Since then, nothing doing for Florence. And they have let Evansville get back into this. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 8th for the Otters. 2-0 grounded over to third. Gonzalez throws to first, and that's out number 2. So Garcia really taking care of business here out of the pen. Zeisler comes up for his 5th AB. He is 2 for 3, 2 singles, struck out in the 4th, and then got hit by a pitch, the first pitch that David Eckes threw to him. Kind of skimmed his jersey. Fastball outside, it's 1-0. Oh, it would be a big momentum shifter here if Garcia can get this third out. 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. It's Mark Black, Jordan Vyers, TJ Salvaggio leading off the top of the 9th. See if Hopewell comes back out there. 2-0 pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. Would be nice to deal with Bobo to start off the bottom of the 9th rather than have him with a runner on. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Zeisler already has 2 3-hit games this season. That is gonna miss high. Logan Brown thought that was strike 3, but gets the bad news. A little bit high, and it's a full count. Now the payoff. That is ball 4, just misses. And Zeisler will take first on the walk. 4th walk issued by Otters pitching today. And now it's Bobo with a runner on and 2 outs. Has that homer in the first, made it 3-0. Since then, a strikeout, a ground out, and a walk. And on first with 2 outs. First pitch will hit the zone for strike 1. Bobo seems like every time he steps up to the plate, always a threat to go deep. Just has a sort of intimidating factor to him. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Well, Garcia's not scared. He's quickly ahead 0-2. Looking ahead to the 9th, a tie ball game. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh, Garcia is not scared at all. He strikes out his second batter. Bobo goes down for the second time. And we head to the 9th, tied up at 5 on the Otters Media Network. So with the game tied here in the top of the 9th, the Y'alls have decided to bring in, I think, what is their closer? Not completely sure. He does have a save, though. He's the only save of for Florence. Aiden McAvoy, 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3. Pitched 2 1/3 against Evansville. Gave up 2 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, struck out 4. Then yesterday he pitched and threw 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, earned the save in the 8-5 win over the Mud Monsters. So back-to-back pitchers for the Y'alls that have pitched yesterday in Hopewell and McAvoy. They've already used 5 pitchers now. Only 3 on the side of Evansville. It'll be Mark Black to lead off, but then Vyers the lefty and Salvaggio. The first pitch is a grounder over to short. There's Baker. Throw on to first is in time. 1 pitch, 1 out for McAvoy, easily getting the first out of the 9th. Jordan Vyers has yet to strike out to give the people what they want, so that's always a good sign. Has a sac fly, RBI, hit by pitch and a single, is 1 for 2. That one is low and away, gets past Beetle. 1-0. I wonder if Vyers gets on, might put a pinch runner on, trying to score that 6th run. 1-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Crowd chanting, "We want beer," yet again. McAvoy was with Joliet last season, Pioneer League in 2024 after his last collegiate year at Georgia State. That'll miss low, and it's 2-1. Salvaggio on deck. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. 2-1. High chopper over to second base. Going to be a hard throw to first, and he's safe. Jordan Vyers just beats it out. And Toby Hall is going to come out there and have a chat with Rudy Bosk, the first base umpire. Let's take a look at this replay. Ooh, that is close. That is so close. I think Rudy Bosk is a tie goes to the runner type of guy, because that was a real 50-50 call. Let's take a look at the replay yet again. High chopper to second. A very good, accurate throw while leaping into the air by Keenan Taylor. And it is basically, you call it either way, one side's going to be upset about it. Toby Hall is following, though, the home plate umpire Henry Schmulwitz to basically the Florence dugout, talking to him on his way down the first base line. Didn't change the call, though, so it'll be an infield single for Vyers. First pitch to Salvaggio with a runner on first and 1 out. That is past the dive of Keenan Taylor and into right field. Back-to-back singles for the Otters. And they're in business trying to take the lead. Oh, it was 107 off the bat of Salvaggio. Pretty sure that is the first hit from, that is the first hit from Salvaggio. First pitch to Cruz is called strike 1. Cruz scored the tying run last inning, hit a single, ended up scoring on the wild pitch from Hopewell. Vyers at second, Salvaggio on first. They don't go with the pinch runner. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Ponders on deck, top of the order. Otters trying to break through. Put in their closer. First save opportunity if they score a run here. Somebody warming in that bullpen. Looks like they might put Serta in as the closer either way, tied or not. 0-2 is just outside, and it's 1-2. Thomas More Stadium not going to like that call. Makes it 1-2. A good take from JJ. The 1-2. Another good take. The slider goes low and away, makes it 2-2. Walk would load the bases for Ponder. Still only one out. McAvoy, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts so far this season. Two. As a grounder over to first. Zeisler has no play other to first, and they get Cruz at first. That was a really close play over at first, and Cruz does get out number 2, but also advances the runners to second and third. Now it's up to Ponder to try and bring him in. Another close play, but it did look like McAvoy beat him to it. By about half a step. Ponder, see what he can do here offensively. First pitch, outside. Honestly, a little surprised that they're not going to intentionally walk him. Maybe they're worried about the switch hitting of Jones. Does have a hit in his last 2 appearances at the plate. 1-1 to Ponder now, as that one hits the zone. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed at a great breaking ball by McAvoy. Makes it 1-2. Well, McAvoy 1 strike away from getting out of it. Here in the 9th. Otters haven't been the best in these situations today. Could make it all count here. 1-2. That is a foul ball. Got past Beetle. Looks like it hit him on the helmet or on the mask. That was a swing and a miss, though. That would have scored the run, and I think Ponder would have been safe at first. Maybe a mound visit here to make sure Beetle is okay, but also to talk with McAvoy regarding the next 1-2 pitch. A bit of a short one. McAvoy trying to get out of it here, keeping the game tied. Ponder wants that save opportunity for, looks to be Serta. There are 2 guys warming in the bullpen for the Otters. The 1-2. Inside, and that hits Ponder. So that hit by pitch, if it didn't hit him, it might have gotten away and allowed Vyers to score, but now bases are loaded with 2 outs. Amani Jones is 3 for 5 already today. Looking to get his first professional 4-hit game. First pitch hits the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Jones already has 2 RBIs on the 2-run homer. Watch out if anything gets away as well. That one gets away, or doesn't get away. It's outside. 1-1. Nowhere to put him here as well. Walk would bring in that go-ahead run. One. Foul ball. The bat goes flying. It looks like Jones is actually wearing batting gloves this time. He usually doesn't go with batting gloves, but it's weird. The gloves are supposed to help with the grip, and he flung the bat when he had them on. That makes it 1-2. So he'll put some more resin on the gloves, make sure he's got some good grip. Here to face another 1-2. 1-2 against Ponder, and he hit him. Otters want to take the lead here in the 9th. Got to get something going here with runners in scoring position. Not too much two-out hitting so far today. 1-2. Broken bat over to second base. Baker, pump fake, throw to first. He's off the bag, and the go-ahead run scores. Wild throw from Baker, takes Zeisler off the bag at first. Vire comes in, and the Otters take a 6-5 lead in the 9th. So the Otters do take advantage. They take the 1-run lead. Their first lead of the day comes here in the 9th, and now it's Pierce. The first pitch is skied on the infield, heading into foul ground. Zeisler makes the catch, and that is out number 3. But an error on the throw from Baker allows the go-ahead run to score. And for the first time this season, we have a save situation for the Otters, up 1, trying to win the first game of the series on the Otters Media Network. It is a save situation, and that means Junior Serta will come in to try and get his first save of the season. He has pitched in 2 games, threw a scoreless frame with 2 strikeouts against Florence to finish that combined no-hitter, then give up a earned run in Game 2 of the doubleheader back on Wednesday. Looking to just leave them scoreless. The Owls have not scored since the 3rd inning. It's Zade Richardson, Garrett Broussard, Keenan Taylor, the top 3 here in the bottom of the 9th. Serta with the D-backs organization for most of his professional career. He's with the Monarchs as well as the Gary South Shore Railcats. Zade Richardson leads it off. 1 for 4 so far. The error at short by Dylan Baker, the difference now in the Otters from a tie game in their 1-run lead. First pitch hits the zone for a strike 1. Serta looking to get that first save of the season. Looking to be the closer for the foreseeable future. Grounder bobbled it at third by Gonzalez, and Zade Richardson will reach as the tying run. See what they call that. Not sure it was an error. And it looks like they will call that a hit. That'll bring up Broussard. We have a pinch runner. It's Tyler Schoenfeld who's going to pinch run. Schoenfeld has speed. He's perfect for this type of situation. We'll see if the Y'alls are going to score him. But wouldn't be surprised if we saw Schoenfeld try to go here on the first pitch. First pitch inside, check swing, no go, and it's 1-0. Schoenfeld on first, has the single season stolen base record for Florence. That happened last season. That's a base hit into left field, and Schoenfeld will take a wide turn from second. Now the go-ahead and winning run is on first in Broussard. Back-to-back singles. That'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Mound visit between Logan Brown and Junior Serta. As Keenan Taylor already ready to go at the box, takes a warm-up hack. Taylor, the former Otter, looking to do some damage against his former team, possibly win the game here for his new team. First pitch from Serta is called a strike. See if Schoenfeld wants to try and steal here. Doesn't go there. There's a pop-up on the infield, and it will be Jones to make the catch, and a huge out number one as Taylor pops out to second base. Neither runner advances. And now that'll bring up Marcus Brodell. Otters lead the league in double plays. In dire need of one here to end the game. Stop that run from scoring. They already got the first out. Now the first pitch to Brodell, called a strike. Brodell 0 for 3 with a walk. 2 groundouts, 1 to first, 1 to second, and a strikeout swinging. 0-1. Big lead off of first from Broussard. That one misses, and it's 1-1. Runners will get their leads off of first and second. Schoenfeld, possibly the fastest guy in the league, represents the tying run. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Strikeout here would be huge for Serta, especially with Zach Beadle on deck. He's 3 for 4. One, two. Ripped foul over to the screen off to the left side. And it will remain at 1-2. Serta has some traffic. Trying to get that big second out. Ease the tension a little bit. 1-2. Called strike 3. Huge second out for Serta. And he's 1 out away from getting out of the jam. 2 on, no outs. Just has to get Beadle. You just got to get Beadle. He is 3 for 4 today. 2 RBIs, a double, 2 singles. Did strike out in his last at-bat, though, against Garcia. 1 out away from stealing a win. Swung on and missed for strike 1. The Otters were down 3 twice and came back, got the lead after some sporadic scoring. 1 out away from picking up the win. 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Now 1 strike away from moving to 5-2. Serta's ready to go. Beetle takes his timeout. Now back into the box. Trying to leave runners on first and second with nobody out. And get all 3 to win it. 0-2. Outside. Otters dugout was cheering, but that was outside. Makes it 1-2. Donis Forte hyping up the crowd over there at the dugout. After the outside fastball. Another 1-2. Runners go. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the Otters win it. 6-5. What a performance from Serta. First 2 runners get on. A pop out to second and 2 strikeouts allows the Otters to win the first game of the series. And they are still perfect. Now 4-0 against Florence this season. Some good resilience for the Otters, even with the lack of really too much hitting with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. They were still able to get runs across and enough runs to get the victory here in Game 1. And some great pitching out of the bullpen. The bullpen has been fantastic the past week, and it was David Eckes, Andrew Garcia, and Junior Serta. Garcia will get the win. Serta will get the save. The loss will go to McAvoy, and the Otters move to 5-2, and they remain in first place in the Central Division. Going back to the hotel happy tonight. Let's take a look at how we got here. Florence scored 3 in the first. 3-run homer from Brendan Bobo. Otters got 2 back, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Then Florence scored 2 more, made it back to a 3-run lead. But they did not score the rest of the game, as the Otters put up 2 in the 6th on the Amani Jones home run, 1 in the 8th on a wild pitch, and then 1 in the 9th on an error. They took advantage when it mattered, and they pulled off the victory. Junior Serta gets his first save of the year. And ladies and gentlemen, the Otts are 5-2 to start the season. And they're going to look to take the series tomorrow at 6:36, not 6:35, 6:36, which is 5:36 Central Standard Time here at Thomas More Stadium. For everybody here at Thomas More Stadium, my name is Evan Patoka. We will see you tomorrow for Game 2 of the series in Florence.